What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an infinite case study generator by creating a simple workflow in N8N. Let's get started. In N8N, I've created a workflow that I've renamed to infinite case study generator. Yeah, we're going to start by adding a trigger. I'm going to choose a manual trigger over here. We're going to get the data that we're going to use to generate a case study for our business. So in Google Sheets, I've created a spreadsheet that I've named to portfolio input spreadsheet. In the spreadsheet, I've created a sheet that I've renamed to case study. This is the sheet that we're going to add our case study. So here we've added the details of this business that would like to generate its case study for. So here we've added the business name, industry, size of the business, its location, service they provide, core problem, automation type, tools they use, and target KPIs. And then here we're going to eventually add the case study and the case study document URL after we've generated it using our workflow. Get this business's data in our workflow. I'll search for Google Sheets and click on Google Sheets. Here, I'll click on Get Rows in Sheet Node. Here, you'll need to create your credential to connect your account to N8N. Assign in the Google account over here. And then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to N8N, and your connection will be created. Since I already done that, I'm going to close this window right here. And here, we're going to find our document, which is this document right here. And our sheet is going to be the case study sheet. Then here, click on Execute Step right here to get our business data, as you can see over here, which is awesome. So here, I renamed this to Get Business Data. And I'll click on Rename right here. Then the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to set the fields for the business's data. So I'll click on the Edit Fields node right here. And we can start by setting the fields for the business name, industry, business size, location, service provided, core problem, automation type, tool stack, and target KPIs. Then here I'll click on Execute Step right here to set the fields. So I rename this to Set Business Data Fields and click on Rename right here. The next thing that we can do, can add a condition to ensure that the business name and what they offer exists in order to generate a case study for them. So here you can say that the business name has to exist. Can add another condition and say maybe the industry also has to exist. Right here, can add another condition, what they provide has to exist. Can also include that the core problem has to also exist. So this is the data that we're going to use to generate the case study. Automation type, can say also has to exist. Can also say that the tool stack has to also exist. And lastly, you can say that the target KPIs has to also exist. And then I'll click on Execute Step right here. You can see our node was executed successfully and our output was in the true branch. But if our output was in the false branch and any of the fields did not exist, we'd like to do nothing. So we're now going to proceed with our workflow right here. But since it met our conditions, we're going to proceed with our workflow. So I'll search for the wait node right here and click on the node. Here we can wait, let's say 3 seconds. And here I rename this to wait 3 seconds. Then I'll click on rename right here. I'll execute this node over here. You can see our node was executed successfully. So now we can proceed and now generate an outline of our case study using an AI tool. So in AI, I'll click on OpenAI and here I'll click on Message Model. Here you'll need to create your credential to connect your account to N8N. So from your OpenAI API, add your API key over here and click on Save to create your credential. Since I already done that, I'm going to close this window right here. And here we're going to choose a model. You can choose any of these models. I'm going to choose GPT 4.1 mini. And here we're going to add the prompt for the system role and the user role over here. The prompt for the system role could be on the lines of you're a senior automation consultant creating a professional portfolio case study outline. And the prompt for the user role could be on the lines of you must use only the input data provided. Do not invent clients, tools, metrics, locations, or outcomes. If information is not provided, do not add it. Return a valid JSON only, no explanations or extra text. Using the data below, generate a concise professional case study outline. And here we are mapping the business name, industry, service provided, core problem, automation type, target KPIs, location, and tool stack. Then here we are adding our output format. So we'd like to output the scope here as the outline. And we're adding a couple of roles that would like the AI tool to follow. So we're telling the tool project title must include the business name and service provided. Summary must be 2 to 3 sentences maximum. The scope fields must directly reflect the input data. Do not introduce tools, results, or numbers not explicitly provided. Maintain a confident, professional portfolio tone. So now to generate an outline of our case study, I'll click on execute step right here. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second. And here you can see our node was executed successfully. Now when I click on table right here, you can see we generated an outline of our case study over here. So now here, I rename this to case study outline. Then I'll click on rename right here. So now the next thing that we can do here is we can set the fields for the output. So here I'll click on the edit fields node right here. You can set the fields for the case study outline, and then I'll click on execute step right here. Our node was executed successfully. So here I rename this to set case study outline fields and click on rename right here. Now with our outline, we can proceed and generate our case study now. To do that, we're going to use an AI agent. So in AI, I'll click on AI agent over here, and here just to define below to add our prompt and our system message over here. The prompt for our AI agent could be on the lines of you're a senior automation consultant and a strict Q&A reviewer combined into one agent. The system message could be on the lines of your job is to generate a real portfolio grade automation case study and validate it before output. You must be conservative, accurate, and professional. Use only the input data provided. Do not invent clans, tools, metrics, location, timelines, or results. Do not exaggerate outcomes. If data is missing, omit it or state it conservatively. You are fully responsible for quality control. If inconsistencies are found, fix them silently before output. Clear section headings and clean paragraph formatting. Do not use markdown symbols, emojis, or commentary outside the case study content. And here we are mapping our business's data. So we are mapping the business name, industry, business size, location, service provided, core problem, automation type, tool stack, and target KPIs. We can also add the case study outline over here. And then we're going to map it right here. Then we're telling the agent here the required section. So the client overview, problem breakdown, solution architecture, automation workflow, tools and integration, execution step, KPI extract, result and outcomes, and long-term scalability. Also outlining a couple of rules I would like the agent to follow. So we're telling the agent every section must directly align with the input data. No fictional or assumed details. No numerical results unless explicitly provided. Use professional and credible portfolio tone. Also telling the agent use a clear, readable structure suitable for Google Docs. And for the final instruction, we're telling the agent before producing the final output, internally validate the content before data alignment, logical consistency, tone and credibility. Only output the final corrected case study text. And here we're going to require specific output format. Then I'll click on the output parser and click on structured output parser here to add our JSON example of output. So here I'd like to output the project title and the actual case study over here. I'll drag this node at the top right here. Then we're also going to add a memory. I'm going to choose a simple memory over here. And here I'm going to choose to define below to add a key. Over here, you can add any key. Then I'll drag this node at the top right here. Then the next thing that we're going to add is a chat model. I'm going to choose OpenAI chat model. Here I'm going to choose my credential. Then here we're going to choose a model. You can choose any of these models. But I'm going to say use GPT 4.1 mini and drag this node at the top right here. So now to generate our case study, I'll click on execute step right here. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second for it to complete generating our case study. Here, you can see that our node was executed successfully. So here we outputted the project title and the actual case study over here. This is amazing. To preview our case study, we can add it to a Google Docs to name our AI agent to case study generator and click on rename. Then here, we're going to set the fields for the output. So I'll search for the edit fields node right here. And then here, we're going to set the fields for the project title and the case study over here. Then I'll click on execute step right here. You can see our node was executed successfully and we set the fields for the output right here. So I'll rename this to set case study fields. Then I'll click on rename right here. Now we can wait a few seconds before adding our case study to a Google Docs to preview it. So I'll search for the wait node right here. And you can wait, let's say 2 seconds. I'll rename this to wait 2 seconds. Then I'll click on rename right here. Here I'll execute this node. And then we can proceed and add our case study to a Google Docs. So I'll search for Google Docs right here, click on it, and we're going to start by creating a document. Here, you'll also need to create your credential, connect your account to NA10. To do that, just add your client ID and client secret right here from your Google API, then sign in with your Google account, and then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to NA10, and your connection will be created. Since I already done that, I'm going to close this window right here, and here, we're going to store a document in my drive in this specific folder. And here, we're going to map our title right here, and click on execute step right here to create our document. You can see our node was executed successfully. Here, I renamed this to create a case study document, and click on rename right here. The next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to update the document with the case study. So I'll search for Google Docs again and click on update the document node. Then here we're going to map this ID of our document. Then here we're going to map our case study that we just set over here. Then I'll click on execute step right here to update our document with the case study. You can see our node was executed successfully. So I renamed this node to update a case study document and click on rename right here. So now the next thing that we can do here is we can send ourselves the case study document URL to preview our case study that we just added to our document. To do that, we can send ourselves the case study document URL via Slack, WhatsApp, Telegram, or email. In our case, I'm going to choose email, so I'll search for Gmail right here and click on send a message node. Here, you'll also need to create your credential, connect your account to NA10. To do that, just sign in with your Google account over here. And then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to NA10, and your connection will be created. Since I already done that, I'm going to close this window right here. And here we're going to map our own email address. Then we're going to add the subject line and the email body over here. The subject line of our email could be in the lines of your case study is ready. Email type, we're going to choose text. And the message of the email could be in the lines of hi team. I've completed the case study and added it to a Google Docs for your review. You can access it right here. And here we're adding this link and mapping the idea of our document right here. Please review and let me know if any updates are needed. Best regards, case study generator. Here I'll click on add options and click on append anytime attribution. Then we're going to turn this to off. Then here I'll click on execute step right here to send ourselves the email with the document attached to the email. Here I rename this to a case study document and click on rename right here. And the last thing that we're going to do here is in our spreadsheet, we're going to update our business record with the case study and the case study document URL right here. So to do that, here I'll search for Google Sheets and click on Google Sheets. Then here I'll click on update row in sheet node. Here we're going to find our document, which is this document right here. In our spreadsheet, should be the case study sheet. Here we're going to choose the column we would like to match on. I'm going to choose the business name and map the business name right here. So we'd like to update only the case study and the case study document URL. So for the case study, we're going to map the case study right here. For the case study document URL, we're going to get it from our Gmail node. So I'll click on the Gmail node and expand it right here to copy this link. Then I'll go back to our spreadsheet. Then here we're going to paste our document URL right here. So I'll click on expression and expand it right here to paste our link. Then here we're going to map our document ID, which is this ID over here. Then I'll click on execute step right here to update our business with the case study and the case study document URL right here. You can see our node was executed successfully. So here I rename this to case study sheet. Then I'll click on rename right here. Now the last thing that we're going to do here is we're going to complete our workflow. So I'll search for the do nothing node right here and click on it. Then over here I'll execute this node, complete our workflow. You can see our node was executed successfully right here. When we open our spreadsheet, here you can see we successfully updated our business record with the case study and the case study document URL over here. Here you can see we successfully added our case study over here for our business. So here's the client overview, problem breakdown, solution architecture, automation workflow, tools and integration, execution step, KPIs tracked, results and outcome, and long-term scalability over here. When I open my inbox, here you can see we successfully sent ourselves the case study document via email. So here is the subject line of the email, and here's the body of the email, and here's a link to our case study that we generated using our workflow. So we sent ourselves via email. So our workflow works perfectly. So here we are getting the business data that we'll have added to our spreadsheet over here. So we are adding the business name, industry, size, location, service provided, core problem, automation type, tool stack, and target KPIs. So we are getting that data right here and setting the fields for the data using this node. Then here You can see it met our conditions, but we are waiting a few seconds and then generating an outline of our case study using this node right here. And then using the business data and the outline, we are proceeding to generate the case study using this AI agent. And here we are setting the fields for the case study, and then waiting a few seconds and then creating a case study document in Google Docs. Then we are proceeding to update the document with the case study. Then sending ourselves the case study document URL via email. Then lastly, we are adding our case study and the case study document URL to our spreadsheet using this node. And then we're completing our workflow right here. So here you can see the case study that we generated using our workflow. And here's the case study document URL. Here is the case study that we generated using our workflow and added it to our document right here. And sent ourselves the case study via email. So here's a link to this case study over here that we generated using our workflow. We can try testing our workflow again to see how it works. To test our workflow, in our spreadsheet, I've created a new business record. So here we've added the business name, its industry, size, location, service they provide, core problem, automation type, tool stack, and target KPIs. So now to generate a case study for this business using our workflow, I'll click on execute workflow right here. Here, you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. So here we got our business data. You can see over here. Then we set the fields for the business data right here. You can see it met our conditions, so now the fields exist. And then we're waiting a few seconds and then generating the case study outline using this node right here. And then we are setting the fields for the outline using this node right here. And then using the outline and the business data, we are generating the case study using this AI agent. Then we are setting the fields for the case study. Then we're waiting a few seconds and then creating a case study document in Google Docs. Then we're updating the case study document with the case study that we generated using this AI agent. Then we are sending ourselves the case study document via email. And then I'm adding the case study and the case study document URL to our spreadsheet using this node right here. And lastly, we are completing our workflow over here. When we open our spreadsheet, here you can see we updated our business record with the case study and the case study document URL over here. So here's the case study that we generated using our workflow. And here's the case study document URL right here. So I'll open this link on a new tab to preview our case study. When I open our link in Google Docs, here you can see the case study that we generated using our workflow for this specific business right here. So here's the client overview, problem breakdown, solution architecture, automation workflow, tools and integration, execution steps, KPIs, tracked, results, and outcomes, and long-term scalability over here. Now when we open my inbox, here you can see we successfully sent ourselves the case study document URL via email. So here's the subject line of the email, and here's the body of the email. And then here's the link to our case study attached to the email for review. So we successfully generated this case study, sent ourselves the case study via email, and then added the case study to a spreadsheet over here for business using the simple workflow that we created right here in N8N. So our workflow works perfectly. Now, if you'd like me to create this workflow for you or a workflow similar to this one, just click the first link in the description to schedule a call with me. On the call, we'll discuss into details about the workflow that you'd like me to create for you, and then I'll proceed to create the workflow for you. But if you enjoyed this video and you have an AI agent or a workflow in mind that you'd like me to create using N8N, just comment it down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow or AI agent from scratch using N8N. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.